I was reborn 6 times. I couldn't change my wife's mind about divorcing me. So this time I decided not to force it, calmly took the divorce agreement and prepared to sign it, but a voice came to my ear. Husband, stop holding hands. I raised my head and looked at Lou Rian in surprise. The woman in front of me didn't open her mouth. His lips follow a line. An impatient look appeared on his face. I smiled bitterly and shook my head. Maybe I've been reborn too many times. Too deep. I started to have hallucinations. I actually heard Lou Rian's voice just now, and this woman hates herself so much. How can I call myself my husband? I picked up the pen again and planned to sign. My husband, don't sign. Please don't make me kneel down and beg you. Something is wrong. This voice is clearly the obsession of Lou Rian's 6th life. His voice is unmistakable. I looked at Lou Rian in surprise again, but this time I saw it in his eyes. There was a hint of struggle, obviously very cold, but there was a hint of pleading in his eyes. I rubbed my eyes. Look again. Where's the plea? It's just like the icicles in winter, a piece of cold. It's over. Now I'm not only hallucinating. Even hallucinations appeared. Lou Rian looked at me and hesitated. Urge you to sign, or not. The voice was so cold that I pulled at my clothes. No more entanglement. The strange sound I just heard. Pick up the pen. On the last night of the divorce agreement, signed his name. Then I just handed over the divorce agreement. Throw it at Lou Rian's feet. Okay, this is what you wanted. You can take your agreement and leave. There is no trace of nostalgia in my voice. Lou Rian thought I would question. He thought I would make trouble, but I didn't expect that I would have no expression on my face. It's so straightforward. Oh, my husband, your mouth is 37 degrees. How can you say such cold words? Really sad you signed it so simply. Don't you even struggle? Lou Rian bent down and picked up the divorce agreement. He left without looking back, until I heard the door slam. But I didn't hear the footsteps moving away. I quietly got out of bed and lay by the door. I want to listen carefully. What does the woman outside the door want to do? What should I do? My husband doesn't want me anymore. Why can't I control my mouth? My husband was so devoted just now. It should be comfortable. Sir, open the door. Who wants to go to that cold apartment? My husband, I was wrong. How come you signed so quickly? Have you never loved me? But I love you so much. My husband is so good. My husband is so handsome. Start now. I am the woman who was abandoned by my husband. This broken plot. Why do I have to divorce my husband? I don't want a divorce. Otherwise, just burn this agreement. Find a place to burn this crappy novel for its author. He called his assistant. Where can I get a car? The crematorium faded away with the footsteps at the door. My ears are finally clear. Why go to a crematorium in the middle of the night? What's this dog's habit? I remembered the hallucination I just heard. If I hadn't experienced 5 failed rebirths, I might actually believe this. It's best to go to the hospital tomorrow to see if your brain is okay. Are you crazy? If it's true, then I must bring along that bastard Lou Rian. Whoever. Let's go first. Is a dog thinking of this? I walked into the bathroom, lying in a warm bathtub. I closed my eyes, unconsciously fell into a deep sleep. Husband, wake up. I didn't expect you to be so sad. How can you commit suicide? How can I live without you, old man? The husband is so noisy. Shut up. Husband, you're awake. You scolded me. Thank God. No, I will go to Hong Fu Temple to burn incense for the Buddha. He must have heard my prayer just now. I opened my eyes with great effort. What I close my eyes to is a snow-white ceiling. Me at this moment, I feel my whole head is dizzy. I still have some stomach cramps. I struggled to hold up my upper body, trying to lean on the bed, but after trying several times, I failed. The woman next to me looked at me, struggling to get up. Stretch out your hands quickly. One hand holds my body. Lift the pillow behind you with one hand. Let me be more comfortable. After doing all this, he also carefully tucked my back corner. Lou Rian is still tidying up my quilt. I suddenly looked up. The breath from the nose. He suddenly reached into the woman's neck and shoulders. The woman stood up straight. I looked at Lou Rian in confusion. Not yet open. Then I heard the woman say, don't think you can use suicide as a means. It can threaten me. The divorce agreement has been signed. In addition to these, you will also get some additional compensation, but no matter what you do, this marriage must be divorced. I listened to this woman's brainstorming. I just feel speechless and asked the heavens, can I say I just fell asleep accidentally? I just wanted to explain, but the familiar girl once again whispered in my ear, don't agree to this bastard. He is him, and I am me. Look, I'm going to tear him apart. I just finished saying this. I just looked at Lou Rian, raised his right hand for no apparent reason. Then it seemed as if something suddenly occurred to him. Touch my lips. Isn't that an auditory hallucination? It's Lou Rian's voice. Just when I was secretly guessing, there were knocks on the door. Lou Rian stood up and opened the door. The doctor walked with a small notebook. Come in, sir. Your test results are out. There's nothing wrong with my body. Just some anemia. Please take good care of yourself in the future. Why is my husband anemic? Then I'll ask Aunt Zhang to make something delicious. Give your husband some nourishment. My husband likes to eat pigs trotters the most. Arrangements. I listened to Lou Rian's endless chattering. I asked the doctor. I want to ask, does this include a brain scan? Why does my husband ask this? What's wrong with his brain? Do you have a headache recently? When you were admitted to the hospital last night, already checked for you so far. There is no problem from the results. Okay, thank you, doctor. Well, sir, please take a rest first. You can go through the discharge procedures tomorrow. Finished. The doctor put away the notebook in his hand and walked out. Lou Rian followed the doctor out. I looked out the door with a silly look on my face. Sure enough, after Lou Rian left, I can't hear anything anymore. A weird sound. I picked up the phone beside me out of boredom. Suddenly I saw my agent remind me, there is another love sect participating today. Hurry up, and ask the agent, Sister Wong. Please help me explain to the crew. I was planning to pack up and leave the hospital. I don't care about Lou Rian's new life illusion. I won't serve you anymore. The old man of the love sect is here. Long-legged sister. Little lowly. Wait for your brother. Just then Lou Rian seemed to have finished talking to the doctor, pushed the door, and all you see is me humming a little tune. The scene of taking off clothes. Happily, boy. Is this exciting? My husband has a really good figure. What are you doing? I looked up. Lou Rian was standing coldly at the door. Watch me change clothes. You said they are an old married couple. I didn't stop my actions. Husband, stop. This scene is too exciting, honey. My heart can't take it. What are you doing? If you don't lie in bed and change your clothes, I glared at this woman who said one thing and said another, although it feels weird, but I'm tired. I don't want to play with this woman anymore. Isn't 5 lifetimes of failure enough to teach me a lesson? Of course, he was discharged from the hospital. Why not just stay here? The doctor just said you were still very weak. Need to be admired, Lu Rian said, as she pushed me onto the bed. I looked up at him. There's a hint of blood in my eyes. Why does Ms. Lu care so much about her ex-husband? Lu Rian frowned after hearing this. Today is Saturday. The registration office is not open, yet strictly speaking, we are still a couple. Aren't there only 2 days left? It doesn't matter. I have a job tomorrow. I have to go back and prepare today. What 2 days? That broken divorce agreement, I have already sent it to the dog. 13 author, forget about your ex-husband. Always my husband. I was surprised to hear this. This is a confirming sound. Is this a good opportunity that Lu Rian has in mind? I asked if he still kept the divorce agreement. Hearing Lu Rian's obvious evidence, then he simply said, I have asked Secretary Wang to put it away properly. I saw him pause obviously. How could I not know that he must have lied? I'm afraid even Lu Rian herself doesn't know he has a little problem. When he lies, just pinch the index finger and thumb of your left hand gently. Lu Rian saw that I didn't ask any more questions. A barely perceptible sigh of relief, then he asked, what work have you postponed? If you need money, tell me. I'll give you. I finally changed my clothes at this time. Then he walked to the door, just say it casually. Then there is no need. I am quite satisfied with the division of property. We're already divorced. Don't delay me from finding my second spring on variety shows. Of course, if you can find the right, I will also congratulate you from the bottom of my heart. So I'm leaving first. I opened the door and walked out without looking back. What variety show is the second spring? Who wants to steal my husband? Lu Rian raised her leg and followed out, finally caught up with me in the underground garage. He grabbed my sleeve and told me not to call a taxi. I'll take you there. I just left in a very cool way. There is a kind of attitude that we will never see each other again. Who knew it would only take 5 minutes? I was slapped in the face by reality, but there is a bargain, son of a bitch. He turned around and got into Lu Rian's car. Seeing this, Lu Rian also hurriedly got in the car. The two of them headed towards the previous apartment in time. No one was talking in the car, but my ears, Lu Rian's voice kept echoing. What kind of variety show is it? Do you want to ask what should I do if my husband really changes his mind? I was really touched by Lu Rian's heart. The noise is so loud that it makes my head hurt. Why is he usually so cold? I have so much inner energy. Seeing that Lu Rian showed no sign of stopping, I'm so annoyed by him. I had to take the initiative to say, do you want to ask me about my new variety show? Lu Rian glanced at me coldly, but I clearly heard his voice echoing. I think the word is really a hard mouth, King. I kissed his throat. I told you before, that's the love variety show star from Blue Channel, the one who freely falls in love with an amateur. I asked you if you wanted to go. Didn't you reject me then? Don't explain to me. Lu Rian stared at the road ahead, as if he didn't care. My husband is not as calm as he appears. Where am I refusing? I just want to mess you up. Didn't you say before that you wouldn't go? Why do you want to go again? Don't make me beg you, okay? I really have 1 minute at this moment. I don't want to be with this bastard anymore. It turns out that he was being picky on purpose. I can't say the two of them were silent along the way. Only my ears were not idle all the way. Is your husband angry? When can I control my mouth? No, I need to ask Xiao Wang to check it out. Who is going to this variety show? What if my husband is blinded by a big wave scumbag? What should I do amidst the noisy voices along the way? Finally arrived at the apartment building. You can go back when you get there. I will pick a time on Monday to register for divorce. Remember to keep the divorce agreement safe. Lu Rian was shocked when she heard this, but it didn't escape my eyes. How come my husband hasn't forgotten this? He thought in his heart, but the tone was still cold. I have a reply on Monday. I will try to make time. My ears are almost calloused from all this traveling. If I hadn't heard Lu Rian's voice, maybe I really believed this so-called reply. Rolled his eyes. I turned around, got out of the car, and left quickly. I just got home. I called my agent, Sister Wang. The recording schedule for the next day was finalized over the phone. Because in the morning the setup team has to come to my home first, I quickly started to clean up. First step, first throw away everything Lu Rian left here on the other side. Lu Rian saw me running fast. A feeling of depression came over me. He quickly took out his cell phone and called Xiao Wang. Let him check who are the guests of this. What the hell, love sect? Who knows? The more I listen, the more I feel sad. What state of mind? Traffic. Xiao Zi, popular idol song Chow Chow. Even the CEO of Wanzhong Entertainment, Dong Qian, also ran to join in the fun. This Sea Queen's girlfriend is almost all 56 nationalities. Where's the face? No, this show must have his name. Lu Rian. Xiao Wang. Please contact the producer. Give me a spot, boss. Who's going? The next morning I was awakened by a knock on the door. Broken. I was packing up so late last night that I forgot to set the alarm. I quickly got up and shouted to the door, wait a minute. Then I washed up as quickly as possible. Change out of your pajamas. Then I opened the door. I just forgot this is a live show. In all my gaps, the live broadcast room has already started to curse. Is Chunze okay? What time is it? Yesterday's guests have all arrived. He's a day late. This daily salary is really good. The barrage was full of curses after all. I debuted as a child star, although there are not many fans, but there is still nationality. For a while, the popularity of this live broadcast room remained high. But I didn't know all this yet. After setting the group first, I scanned the room. Then a host came on stage. Brother Zay must know something about our program. I poured a glass of water for a few people, then sit casually on the sofa. Natural romance variety show? Isn't it just a love affair at public expense? I didn't come to this show in my previous life, but this show became popular by stirring up trouble. This is thanks to the host G Boda constantly digging holes for the guests. But what people don't know is G Boda is Lin Xuan's good brother. So, in the previous life, only Lin Xuan takes advantage of this show, but in this life, my sudden change of mind, Lin Xuan no longer has the chance to appear on the show. When I thought about this, I felt better. Haha, I didn't expect Zeej to be so fond of joking. Although our show is a dating variety show, but it also requires each guest to rely on their own ability. That's natural love. It is indeed the most unpredictable, so to speak. Is Zeej also someone who has been traumatized by love? I knew G Boda would set a trap for me here. I smiled. No results. Love is also worthy of being called love, just a pure waste of time. How do you think I will be upset about this kind of time-wasting thing? Why should I pay for other people's mistakes? I took a sip of water slowly at this time. The live broadcast barrage netizens actually agreed with my remarks. The director is watching the current affairs bullet screen, quickly asked the stage manager to remind G. Boda to change the topic. He thinks the show has conflicts. It's not just talking to me. G. Boda received instructions from the director, but he was unhappy to see me being indifferent to fame and fortune. Zeej, love is a matter between two people. It takes two to tango. How can you say it's someone else's fault? Could it be that you are not considerate enough? This is what led to my ex-girlfriend cheating on me. Hearing I raised a finger and hooked it at G. Boda. G. Boda didn't know why, so he leaned forward. I mustered up my strength. While G. Boda was not paying attention, with a snap, he slapped G. Boda in the face like lightning. How about a slap? After I slapped, the barrage was stagnant for 2 seconds, then it exploded. He doesn't know what Chunze is doing. Is this live? What the hell is that? G. Boda X cheated. How come it's still like one hand can't clap? The people in the setup team were also stunned by this slap. I just wanted to cut off the live broadcast, but the director team detected traffic of live broadcast room because of my slap. It suddenly exploded. Hurry up and ask the photographer in front to continue filming. This show is just a warm-up today. It's already been hot searched. It seems that it is right to find Chunzision, but Chunze is also bold. How dare you hit someone in public on the show? G. Boda only reacted at this time. What are you doing, my servant? I looked at my right hand. Hey brother, you're not angry, are you? Just now a mosquito flew by. If you don't believe me, look, I stretched out my right hand. Put it in front of the camera and show it. There is a black spot lying on my hand. When I showed G. Boda the mosquito, Chunze angrily beat G. Boda and became a hot search. But I don't know. I don't even know the show is live. Otherwise, I probably won't delete people directly. But G. Boda does know that it is still being broadcast live. Looking at the mosquito in my palm, his face was frozen. But the topic changed quickly. So that's how it is. I am the most prone to mosquito bites. Thank you, Zeej. Looking at G. Boda's stiff smile, I waved my hands. It's not a big deal. Any other questions? If not, can we set off? The director checked his watch. It really took up a lot of time. The program team had set up several questions. Want to dig a hole for Chunze, who knew that Chunze slapped better than any other problem. Since the effect has been achieved, there's no need to waste time here. He gestured to G. Boda. Seeing this, the latter quickly put on a smiling face. The guests had already arrived yesterday. They are all waiting for Zeegening. Then we should do it without delay. See you at the villa later. Good brother. The crew saw that the filming was completed. Turn off the camera immediately. This show was originally a live broadcast, recording and broadcasting on 2 platforms. Live broadcasting to increase popularity in the early stage. The main part of the subsequent filming was still secret filming. It can also warm up the official broadcast on TV in advance. I see the camera is off. Then he went over and said hello to the director. The director is very satisfied with me now. Just tell me to keep going. G. Boda stared at me intently. That look is like a knife. In this scene, it happened to be the camera that has not been put away, recorded clearly after everything is packed up. The setup team has already taken the bus to suburban villa. I'll go with my luggage. While waiting for the bus, I took out my phone, but I saw a row of missed calls. I called back immediately. What greeted me was a roar from Sister Wong. Where's your brain? You don't know this is live. I told you 800 times. Your ears are still open. Live broadcast. My mind was shocked for a moment. You really don't know I sent you the process last night, but you didn't read it. I just remembered when I was cleaning up last night, found myself in my house. There are so many traces of Lu Ruyan as a result. This busy, I forgot about the program flow. When I thought of this, I decided to give in. I'm sorry. I'm getting in the car right away. I'll watch it in a moment. Make sure everything goes well later. And I was swatting mosquitoes, wasn't I? You were smart. You think I'm blind and can't see. What the hell is this mosquito that you drew on your hand in advance? But how did you know to do this in advance? Did you plan to cause trouble on the show? I really don't want to say that black spot is not actually a mosquito. It's a mole on my palm. I used to be afraid that Lu Ruyan would think I was ugly. I asked someone to tattoo me a little butterfly who knew that Lu Ruyan only asked me one question after seeing it. Why don't you wash your hands after swatting a mosquito? Then he dodged with his eyes and pin. I was sad for a long time because of this. Have you always wanted to do laser treatment? Who knows? The doctor said when getting a tattoo destroyed the melanin structure of this mole. If you remove it, it may cause disease. I have no choice but to keep this little mosquito. Don't worry, sister. No one else noticed anyway. Has the public opinion on the internet been controlled? You are doubting my business ability. Take care of yourself. This time I begged the director for a long time before he sent out the water army, leading public opinion to your side. Just say you didn't know it was live. Then I subconsciously hit the mosquito. Thank you, sister. I hung up the phone happily. Look carefully at the little mosquito on the palm of your hand. I don't know if I'm used to it or what. I've seen it more and it's still a bit nice. But in order to avoid causing trouble in the next show, I still took out the program process. I looked at the list. This is a good guy. I got together 6 guests who don't get along with me. Isn't this a pure Shura field? Female guest number 1 gives money recently. I just relied on a fairy tale drama promoted to a member of the top traffic. What a coincidence. This girl was exposed by fans as soon as she became popular. When he participated in sports games in school in his early years, I waved the flag and cheered in the audience just like that. I was on the hot search for 2 days. The comment section is almost trampled to pieces by his fans. Poor I am just the opening guest of the school sports meeting. People invited by their alma mater as a senior in the acting department. What's wrong with cheering for yourself? From then on, I became a dog man who couldn't get love. Female guest number 2, Xiaozi. This little girl is even more inexplicable. He was interviewed by reporters when he debuted. Who do you admire most in the entertainment industry? This little girl said my name. I don't know if he really likes it. Still riding on the heat anyway. I was hung up by his fans for several days. Female guest number 3, Dong Qian. This is indeed my problem. Once at a drinking party, this ex-boyfriend CEOs who can catch up with a high-speed train if they line up. She actually fell in love with me, but I didn't know his identity at that time. I thought it was a perverted private fan, so I quietly asked him to go to the parking lot, gave him a beating. From then on, the feud was formed. But think about it carefully. In his previous life, Lin Swain participated in this show, talked about public lung love with him, so Lin Swain was able to be very successful in the entertainment industry. This may have something to do with the CEO. After talking about the female guest, the hatred between the male guest and me is even more obvious. Male guest number 1 is my old rival Xiao He, who debuted under the name of Little Chunze. What do you mean, Little Chunze? In fact, he is 3 years older than me. Since debuting, he has been competing with me for resources, so the relationship between the two, it can be said that it is like fire and water. Male guest number 2, movie star Xia Whiting's hostility towards me is a bit unfair. He got together with a famous female director 4 years ago. Who knows how long it will take? There was a rumor about me and the female director. But the female director is also a Haihong. I'll use the excuse that I love someone else. Break up with Xia Whiting. He put this question on me and asked the male guest number 3, that's the old acquaintance Lu Rui and Xiao Willow, and for the few people who know we are married. But he felt that his aunt, it shouldn't be matched with a straw bag like me. So I always look down on you. In summary, I just think about the scene of seeing these people. There is a world of martial arts in my mind, but this obviously has 3 men and 3 women. If I go, there will be more people. Where can I find a female guest? Cycling all the way, I finally arrived at the country villa where the show was recorded. I carried my luggage, walking towards the Shura field with high spirits. Looking at the closed door of the villa in front of me, I grinned and looked at who I was guarding against. Standing outside the door, I can hear the noise coming from inside the house. I don't know what will happen after I go in. Can they still be so happy? Do you want to go in later? Let their happiness last longer. Thinking like this, my hands didn't stop at all. It rang straight. The door opened soon after. The person who came was my ex-wife's nephew, Lu Mo. Lu Mo was absolutely stunned the moment she opened the door. I quietly waited for Lu Mo, the same sarcasm as always, but I didn't expect him to just smile at me. No, there is definitely a problem. As soon as I walked in, I saw the cameras around the stage from 5 different camera positions. Turn the camera toward yourself. I smiled and greeted everyone. Hello everyone. I am Chunze, today's 7th guest, but at this time 6 guests already in the villa. Face, they all wore awkward expressions. And another round of attacks came towards me on the barrage. Zago really thinks he is a big shot. Others came after. They were divided into teams. What are you doing? I rushed over from Chunze's live studio. What's going on here? The teams are divided. There's something wrong with this show. Divide into 2 teams to deal with 7 people. Because of the presence of cameras, several people at the scene, it was just an awkward moment. Sorry, Zeej, we didn't know you were coming. The teams have just been divided. You won't mind, right? I rolled my eyes. I don't mind. I don't believe it. The setup team didn't tell them in advance that today's news. You did this just to make me alone. Do you want to see me make a fool of myself? Really childish, but I am in the entertainment industry anyway. After so many years of hard work, naturally, I know the best way to deal with this situation. Just give them a chance to observe their words and expressions. I was late. We all spent a day together yesterday. I'm sure you're all familiar with me. It's okay. This time I can do it alone. The people in front of me were obviously a little surprised. I didn't do what they expected. Find fault directly. I looked at their reactions with satisfaction, then lowered his eyes, pretending to be strong. I carried my luggage. Where is my room? Let me put the luggage up first. At this time, the 3 male guests exchanged glances. No one has a gun. I blinked at the production team in confusion. No way. You all don't welcome me. Xiaohe was the first to react. How could it be? There are only 3 rooms. The 3 of us have each been assigned a room. There is only 1 bed in each room. Or you can share a room with me. But I don't sleep very well. Don't mind Xiaohe originally wanted me to give up. Who knows what I heard from him? Just say it's okay. I don't sleep well. Then the 2 of us will just make do with each other. Don't harm others. Xiaohe heard this. His face immediately became unhappy. My words, it even blocked his way to find someone else to sleep with. God knows how much he hates me. But looking at Xiaohe's gloomy face, but I felt a burst of emotion and yelled Xia Whiting. Then she suddenly said, come and sleep with me. I sleep well at night. Xiaohe heard this. A look of relief immediately appeared on his face. But I am puzzled. Doesn't he always look at me with displeasure? Why would you suddenly say something kind? Is there another trick waiting for me? Among the male guests present, only Xia Whiting has the highest status. There is no reason for me to do so. Moreover, we can stop the enemy and block the flood. What's the big deal? I nodded. Then, under the guidance of Xia Whiting, we came to the room. This room is really simple enough. There is no wardrobe except a bed. No wonder they don't want to cooperate with others. I packed my luggage quickly. I want to say thank you to Xia Whiting from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much. Xia Whiting's hands died suddenly. You are on the doorframe. Nothing. You should sleep well at night. I lied to Xiaohe. Don't worry, I sleep well. The 2 of them went downstairs. Just walked downstairs, then I heard Song Qian's voice. It's really troublesome. I was already late, and I was still dawdling. Can we start? When I knew I was coming, he was really unhappy with this man. I wanted to pull him into hype. Before this time, he suddenly appeared in this variety show. Nanbao is not coming for him. He came to this show because of Xiaohe. If I heard this, I just want to shout out bad luck. I didn't argue too much with Victoria's Song. I'm sorry to apologize to everyone again. I have wasted so much time. I'll treat everyone to a good meal tonight. Please let me apologize to you all. No need. Zeej, you do not know the production team doesn't allow us to use our own money. Xiao Zi quickly spoke up to try to ease the atmosphere. I really want to rub this child's little face. It seems that this child, I'm really my own fan. Lu Mo saw Xiao Zi being so considerate to me. My teeth are about to break. He came to this show just for Xiao Zi. Can we start the on-the-road activities? Now that we are divided into groups, then let's go quickly. Before I came, the sub-tenancy situation of the 6 of them is Xiao Zi Willow Group, Victoria Song, and William Ting Xia, as well as Dong Qian and Xiao He. Anyway, he doesn't know about others. He is the only one who can be in a group with Xiao Zi. It really suits his wishes. I don't want a sudden disaster. Everyone stood with their partners. just waiting for the program team to issue the task. I'm the only one standing alone. It looks a bit embarrassing. But this also happened to suit the wishes of several people. Sorry, guests. We will have another female guest later. Because you two are late, so today we automatically formed a group. I heard there is another. The guest comments became lively. What there is also a female guest. The dance of this show is quite delayed. I don't know if you still remember when this program was recruiting investors. It took out the actress to sneak past the melon. Impossible. If this program group can invite Chu Yuran, I live eat. And several people in the show heard the production team say this. I was also surprised Chenze and the others had heard about the coming. I just don't know why I played a day of hard work. But this other female guest, I've never heard of it. Xiaohe had heard that the program crew had let Chu Yuran go. But Chu Yuran has never participated in a variety show. But if it's true Ping Yuran's position in the circle, he must perform well. Although Chu Yuran didn't come, but Dong Qian is also a good choice. At this moment, there was a knock at the door. I was alone and ran over to open the door. A graceful figure appeared at the door. As the camera moves to his face, the barrage suddenly went crazy. WC, I want to kneel down to the program team. Really invited Chu Yuran in a short while. The audience spread the news. The popularity of the live broadcast room is rising all the way. Director of music, the corners of my mouth are almost stretched behind my ears. Chu Yuran's arrival also shocked several guests, especially Xiao. His excited expression, afraid that others would not know that he had feelings for Queen Chu. I was also very surprised. Last life, I haven't heard of Chu Yuran coming to this show. Why is there such a show in this life? I was favored by such a great god. Hello everyone. I am Chu Yuran. Excuse me, some things are delayed. The Lord smiled and said, I heard that everyone has been divided into groups. Let's start today's mission. Xiaohe's eldest son is now regretting his decision. He spoke subconsciously. How can you directly arrange a partner for the Queen of Film? Otherwise, let's regroup. This sentence offended Dong Qian, who was standing beside him. But Xiaohe didn't take it to heart at this time. When Dong Qian came to participate in the show, I didn't reveal my identity. He is just an ordinary company executive. In Xiaohe's opinion, how can the second generation of rich people look like an actor? This is not good. It's my fault. There is no need for everyone to accommodate me. Who is my partner today? I don't want to at all get involved with this actress. In my memory, Chu Yuran is like a high-collared flower. The entertainment industry is full of foul smells. He can never be stained. And Chu Yuran is also the only one. In previous lives, no one was captured by Lin Xuan. But since he asked, I can only weakly raise my hand to say, it's me. Chu Yuran frowned. I thought he didn't want to be in a group with me. It's okay, you don't want to be with me? Then we will act alone today. Ming Sure. Two people at the same time exported. Chun-Zhe, excuse me, I also grew up watching Teacher Chen's dramas. But you have changed a lot since you were a child. I heard this with an elegant smile on her face. He took out a mask from his pocket, handed it to Chu Yuran. Chu Yuran looked at me in confusion. I don't need other people's masks. We're the new one. If you can't speak, then say less. Chun-Zhe, how are you talking? Xiaohe quickly stood up. I said to you. Who are you? At this time, Chu Yuran spoke again. Hello, Queen Chu, I am your fan. My name is Xiao. He just starred in Dying Dynasty. The Dying Dynasty is a popular TV series at the moment. He didn't believe that Chu Yuran hadn't seen it. Excuse me, haven't seen or heard of it, but you two do look a bit alike. Excuse me, are you two brothers? Chu Yuran said. It can be said that he stepped on Xiaohe's thunder spot, accurately superior roused Xiao. He couldn't hold back his expression either. Haha, we are not brothers. My last name is Chun and his last name is Xiao. But if you say so, I really want to go back and ask my dad, are there any children left outside? The others present were just watching the joke. I was not surprised to hear this. Chun-Zhe is really brave enough to say it. Chu Yuran looked at everyone in silence. I know I said the wrong thing again. Why is he never seen? Because he has a very good trait. That is, every sentence can accurately step on the thunder. He silently took the mask from my hand. Then I put it on. I don't know why, I think he's kind of cute. Xia Whiting is the oldest person present. Because there is no host for the live broadcast, he took on the responsibility of field control. Okay, let's not waste any more time. Let's go. The live broadcast of the program group also came to an end at this time. The following game sessions will be edited. It will be broadcast on TV and online platforms later. The 4 groups of people each receive their own task card. Today's task is very simple. Since the guests are still relatively unfamiliar with each other, so today we need them to check in 4 groups separately. For dating spots for couples, yes, later, we will increase the interaction between male and female guests. The first is Dong Qian and Xiao He. The place I got was a movie theater. William Ting Xie and Victoria Song go to a more elegant art gallery. Since Xiao Zi and Lu Mo are relatively young, so the two were arranged to go to the amusement park. As for Chun-Zhe and Chu Yuran, since we all came late, hadn't we been together last night? Getting along in the villa, the two were arranged near this villa. Conduct interactive activities. I looked at the place decided by the program team. It's a burst of silence. The other 3 program groups have arranged meal expenses. But only this group of them, because you can come directly to the villa at noon. I can only rely on the original food in the villa. I ate the food I made. The other 3 groups have already set off. I saw Chu Yuran sitting on the sofa looking at her phone. Didn't bother him. After all, I didn't expect the production team to be so stupid. Arranged such a goddess. Give me the level character. If I post it rashly, my Weibo comment section, that must be minutes will be trampled by Chu Yuran's fans. I opened the refrigerator first. In addition to some noodles, there are also a few bottles of milk in the refrigerator. There's not even an egg. What are we going to eat? I quickly ran to the back to talk to the production team. Who knew the show crew did it on purpose? Let's both of us want to eat. You have to be self-reliant. Originally, this so-called villa, it's actually a farmyard. There are many farmers outside. There are crops growing around it. The program team's calculations just let the 2 of them walk in. This field interaction is just a beautiful imagination. Reality is cruel on the other side. Lu Rian was sitting in the office. That's a fidget. He looked at Xiao Zhang, who was looking down at him. Just one output. What does it mean that you contacted too late and there is no quota? I don't care what method you use. I must get a spot to record the show. Otherwise, you clean up. Go to the Human Resources Department to complete the resignation procedures. Put aside Xiao Zhang, who is being tortured by Lu Ri, an assistant, does not talk at this time. I am telling Chu Yuran about my situation. We have two choices now. The first thing is to make do with some noodles. The second is to go out and beg for food. You see, we are wearing masks. I also don't understand Chu Yuran's expression. He looked at himself. My eyes, there is a hint of grievance in that look. I can't eat plain noodles. Chu Yuran sat upright and nodded obediently. All right, let's pack up and go beg for food. Chu Yuran stood up in pain when she heard this. God knows he has no habit of eating breakfast. I'm already starving now. Let him eat some dry white noodles. What's the point of him living then? I grabbed my phone, put on my coat, and we went out. The camera followed the two along the way. That really makes me want to vomit. The distance between two people so far away that a camera can't fit in it. Don't even submit the flow. He didn't expect to become such a big star after his film career. How come you were so obedient? The minister asked him to wear a mask, but he refused to take it off. Just these two people don't say one day. It's hard to say whether we can have some communication in a month. The two teachers, can you get a little closer? We are a training group. What is this doing? It's like an old man taking a walk. I scratched my head a little embarrassedly after hearing this. But I don't plan to deal with any program group after all. Are all the show crews so stupid? Am I going to do this for some bullshit CP? Dare to go hungry? I thought about it. Then he waved at Chu Yuran, who knew that Chu Yuran would struggle. He walked up to me obediently. I watched his brisk steps, expecting eyes. How do you see it? I'm out walking the dog. I even have some doubts. Throw a frisbee yourself? I can get this stuff back. Teacher Chu, look, we're just walking around here. Can't even touch anyone. I have a suggestion. Otherwise, we can act separately. How about we meet at the villa in an hour? Chu Yuran glanced at me. That beautiful brow frowned. Why don't you want to? Chu Yuran nodded. Simply why? I don't understand. Chu Yuran was a little anxious at this time. He raised his hand and gestured, but look at my ignorant eyes. He dropped his hand helplessly. I watched his reaction. I have a vague idea of Teacher Chu. Do you have a little hole? You can talk to me directly. Chu Yuran finally relaxed. I took off his mask. Well, I'm not used to strangers talking. I looked at the mask in my hand. It turns out that Chu Yuran switched for speaking. Is this mask? Just take off the mask, revealing his flawless face. The feeling of the dog just now disappeared instantly. Of course, the scene where I took off Chu Yuran's mask, it was clearly captured by the camera. I can capture this scene carefully. The cameraman feels dead without regrets. These two finally have some interaction. Come with me. Be careful, it's a bit hard to walk here. I handed the mask back to him. Chu Yuran took the mask and put it on neatly. Only then did he breathe a sigh of relief. Actually, this is also the biggest reason why he came to join the love sect. He is already 30 years old this year. But because of the characteristics of this hole, as a result, he has never found a partner since he was a child. This really worried his mother. That's what forced him to come to this show. I don't really want to be on this show. What object was really found? But even if it can increase his contact with the opposite sex, that would be good. On the way back, I kept saying, although the Lord Yuran does not speak, she nodded in response to what I said. Between two people there is a little secret tacit understanding. We walked along the country road. If I put aside the fact that my stomach is a little empty now, I won't say this. It's quite pleasant. The air in the countryside is very fresh. The surrounding area is also very empty. But it's rare to be so free. Opportunities on the road. Finally, after we walked for 20 minutes, I saw an old man on the roadside. The old man is enjoying the cool breeze by the field. I saw it and ran over quickly. Don't eat anything. I'm really going to faint on the roadside from hunger. Hello, uncle. That uncle, seeing such a spirited young man running towards me from a distance and greeted me so politely, he responded very familiarly. What's up, young man? You are not from our village, right? Yes, uncle, I just want to ask what you grow in your fields. Can you give us some? We didn't have any lunch this afternoon. The program team did not give them any meal expenses. I can only ask the master shamelessly. I plant sweet potatoes in this field. You two are really lost. But you look familiar to me. The old man looked at the two of them, who were dressed neatly. Doesn't look like begging. Especially this guy. How come they look so similar? A boy I saw on TV, before he looked back at the camera following behind him. Looked at me with some doubt. I quickly waved my hand. I told the old man the general situation. Uncle, let's go home with him for lunch. But given Chu Yuran, a severe patient with social phobia plus, I don't want to be on the show. Expose the situation of this old man's home, so I declined. But the old man is still very enthusiastic. Pull a few sweet potatoes out of the ground. I also picked some vegetables from the greenhouse next door. Gave it to both of us. I said goodbye to the old man with many thanks. Looking at the pile of vegetables and fruits in my arms, I once again felt that the villagers are really simple. When walking back, Chu Yuran is very sensible. Take all these vegetables from my arms back to the villa. The two of them started staring at each other again. Can you cook? Chu Yuran stared at him with innocent eyes, gently shook his head. I won't either. What is better than guarding a pile of food in the world? Because I won't do something more tragic than starving to death. Yeah, fortunately, in this society with advanced internet information and mobile phone, we picked up the phone. Start checking the accident head on. We now have sweet potato love, or make a baked sweet potato eggplant. And peppers. How about using eggplant to make stewed noodles? I pointed at Chu Yuran's phone. I looked up to see his reaction. The Lord bowed his head leisurely. My hair swept across his chin, soft and a little fragrant. He didn't notice what I was saying. I just answered stupidly with a hum. Until I put an eggplant in his hand, let him help to scrape the skin. He then realized that he didn't eat eggplant at all. But some words were missed when they should have been said. It seems like there's no way to say it. He turned around to look at me, busy at the side. I also feel it seems that eggplant is not that unacceptable. Otherwise, try it. At least there is still a little bit of experience in downloading, so today's meal will depend on me. I watched the video tutorial on my phone while neatly packing the ingredients. There seems to be no place to put the cut eggplant. Teacher Chu, help me get a bowl. Chu Yuran heard the order. Natural turn. He took out a bowl from the cabinet above his head. Watch from the camera. Now Chu Yuran and I are very close. Director looking at camera finally, showing the comet smile. Only the two people present didn't notice this at all. After all, the world is huge. What is more important than eating quickly? After a hectic busy work, the meal is finally ready. The two people looked at the dark noodles on the table. I don't know how to start. Who said he cooked the meal? It smells good no matter what. I won't kill you, it seems a bit salty. I poked a piece of noodles with my chopsticks and expressed my feelings. It's a bit of a makeshift meal, right? But I think for both of us it is progress in life. Talking, I got up and took out 2 cans of milk from the refrigerator. Let's drink for the progress of our lives. Chu Yuran. I followed suit and raised the milk. The two of them clinked their glasses to take advantage of the situation. Then he started to eat noodles with a bitter face. If I had known this earlier, I would have gone to that uncle's house for a meal. Although it tastes bad, but both of them ate it all up. After all, it's better than being hungry. After this meal, the relationship between the two has become much closer. Especially me after dinner. He also rushed to wash the dishes diligently. Chu Yuran watched me busy in the kitchen. I don't know why I suddenly felt actually. It seems to be quite good to live with someone. Even on the way, his agent specifically reminded him stay away from Chunze. He also told him about Chunze's previous scandals, talked about all sorts of things. He just has a camera hole. It would be hard for him to be closer to others. But no matter what others say, Chunze's natural attitude towards him make him feel very comfortable. It seems that when I am with him, no need to bother looking for topics. There is no need to worry about him sticking to you. Just say what you want to say. It's okay if you don't want to talk anyway. It made him feel quite comfortable. This feeling is not unpleasant. I finished washing the dishes. The two of them were lying on the sofa. They started playing with their phones. Teacher Chu. Look, ha 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 ha. Chu Yuran naturally leaned over when she heard it. You also read his jokes, right? Why is Teacher Chu also paying attention to him? Ha ha ha, he is so funny. Chu Yuran was also amused. The two of them just raised their heads like this. Start facing a disgust on mobile phone. My phone screen at that time suddenly appeared a decent picture of a beauty being released from prison. The camera moves up along the vest line across the sexy clavicle, finally fixed on a perfect face. The director quickly asked the camera to point at me. Please record my reaction carefully. I don't believe I can remain calm after seeing this scene. Teacher Chu, do you have a very good figure? Listen to my praise. Chu Yuran lowered her eyes a little embarrassedly. Teach me that I must have a mermaid line. There is a gym on the 2nd floor. I saw. Chu Yuran nodded. Climb up quickly. I must have a healthy body in my life. Chu Yuran's figure, it's not something you can do simply by lifting iron. Well-known muscles are not everywhere you want to train. He must have put a lot of effort into fitness to make every muscle so perfect. Don't miss the free coaching. After a while, the two of them changed into training clothes. Meet in the gym at this small villa. Do some warm-up exercises first. Follow me, okay? Coach Chu. Then I stood behind Chu Yuran. I carefully learned Chu Yuran's movements. The director behind the camera, it's the real header. Shouldn't Lian Zhong's fitness be your action? Is not standard. I'll help you and pat your back. Hold hands. Getting closer. He listens well over there. Very good. Hold on for half a minute. Come on. I couldn't help but fall into deep thought. The fitness coaches and students are coming from there. You two came to the wrong set, okay? Helpless settings group forced to watch a 2-hour fitness tutorial. When I heard the word end, not only me, but also the configuration team thought it was great. It's over. I'm saved. Although very tired, but I was sweating. But I also feel very comfortable. After I said goodbye to Chu Yuran, I went to the bathroom and took a shower. Just came out of the shower, I heard a noisy quarrel downstairs.